So I fixed it Monday, and now we're back on Wednesday for another hydraulic leak, but at least it's not the spool valve we just resealed. It looks like it's the lift hose to that cylinder somewhere up under the cab, but it's also filling the cab with hydraulic fluid. Also, when you walk around these things, never get underneath of them. That thing comes down, you're a pancake. Zero chance you live through that. That's some big metal. Where is it? Oh, I see right up there where the swivel fitting into the cylinder. I don't know if you guys can see. Try to zoom in up there. Right there, that fitting is leaking for sure.
Okay. Looks like one. That don't even make any sense either.
Yeah, but I can't tell where that leak that's coming down the wall there is. Is that just dripping out of the floorboard?
Yeah, it's leaking from the firewall down.
Well, your swivel fitting on your right lift cylinder.
Right here. That's just that O-ring. Yeah. I have this one here rebuilt. That one over there rebuilt. This one here has to get rebuilt, but that's not a big leak. That's not a big leak.
So it's not leaking as bad as it was, so we're gonna have him operate it until it starts doing what it was doing. Yeah, that thing's moving a lot, but it's okay. Now the fork's stuck in the rim.
It's okay. It's past us, so we don't care if it flips off there. But the heavy side's outside of the fork. I mean, he jerks it a little bit too much. It's gonna go bloop, nose over.
That's okay. I was already wrecked in the front.
Yeah. I kind of want to see that, honestly, but I don't want side shit. Oh. Hey, I got to see it.
I got it on video.
Heck yeah.
It's a good thing he owns this place.
Yeah. Slight front end collision.
Only dropped off the loader once. I was more worried because my truck's right over there. Oh yeah, there's that giant dirt pile there.
Do not. Holy shit. That's an ass pucker.
You mean the giant pile of... He'll figure it out. Did he just lose gear?
I'm kind of nervous to walk up there and find out.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till he shuts it off and waves us. He seems to be playing with the shifter a lot and it's not going anywhere.
Let it down. Down. Not turn. Set the loader down. Hey, hey.
I don't think he can hear you over that. Got it that time. Lose gear? So we figured out the problem.
Started the problem.
It ain't got no trans fluid. Well, at least that's why it ain't moving. I hope this thing doesn't need a trans. That's more than this loader's worth. I mean, any of this is probably more than the loader's worth, but the trans for sure is.
It looks like it's been replaced once before. It's a different color.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it might have been at one time, but yeah, your pivot nut's finger tight.
That's grease. I thought it was weld, but it's just grease.
Oh.
That'll be fine. Gravity helps that.
Here, I'll at least finger tighten it back up there.
Such a sweetheart, Chris. I appreciate it about you.
So don't take the wheel off the ground anymore, because gravity's what's holding this together.
I see that. Trust me, I don't intentionally take the wheel off the ground. My asshole takes the wheel off the ground.
Still can't believe you figure out a way to get a loader airborne.
You ever finger tighten the pivot joint on a loader before?
This is the first.
There's two of them.
No, there's just one.
No, there's one of them too.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
That one's not gravity. I hope it's tight. I mean, it's going to be tight no matter what.
It's more than hand tight.
All right, I'll take that. That's a win.
You know what? We're still a little closer to my comfort. In case that thing doesn't.
That front wheel's not on the ground. Now it is. So we found the next boot-soaking hydraulic leak, and it's a pretty good one. The pressure line at the back of the clutch pressure gauge just kind of pulled itself out of the gauge.
Got it.
And so far, every tool we need to fix it, it's been on the dashboard of the loader.
Perfect. We'll be back up and running in no time.
I'm just like, I don't even have to walk back to my truck for tools.
I mean, hopefully it stays in there. I don't see how this works, though. You don't have a normal crush sleeve deal. Oh. Okay, yeah, it does. That's weird.
So Chris is out walking the yard right now looking for an oil pressure gauge, aftermarket one. Something that's got the ferrule in it where it screws in the back to pinch the line down so that we can get the loader fixed. I know we have one sitting at the shop. Didn't have to run back to the shop though if we don't have to. I want to get the thing running. It's Friday. They might let me flip the car over. Aw, damn. I hope he didn't spill his twisted tea.
Find the parts for the shit in the junkyard to fix. Now my next question. Where's the next splice point on that line? I might be better off just putting this line on there. Because honestly, clutch pressure gauge might not get hooked back up. It might have the oil pressure gauge hooked to it, just to keep it from leaking. But as long as it'll move and quit leaking, that's all we care about.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's going to be a negative gauge drive. Okay. I'll show you.
It's just thrown up in the dashboard.
It's really laying here. But it ain't gonna leak, so that's all we care about.
Yep. You say it ain't gonna leak. So that explains why your trans went down. Pop that trans back off. Well, hell yeah.
Sweet.
I'm more impressed that little tiny line lost like 8 gallons of transmission fluid.
I mean, it's a constant pour, though.
That takes quite a while to go through 8 gallons on a freaking 1/8 inch line, though.
It's got 25 pounds on it.
What's that?
That fucking gauge.
Seems like it works a little better. It looks like most of the dirt. now we have a convertible van.
What are the odds we can get that running and take it to the store? Do you think the roof would make it? Who the hell put the bucket in there backwards?